Relationships can be confusing, especially when you're not sure whether someone is genuinely invested in you or if they're just playing games. If you've ever had that sinking feeling in your stomach, wondering if you're being led on, you're not alone. It's crucial to pay attention to the signs that something may not be right. In today's video, we're going to dive into 5 key signs that she might be playing you and what you can do to take control of the situation. More importantly, we'll cover how to flip the script and protect yourself emotionally. This way, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to handle it. By the end of this video, you'll be able to trust your instincts and handle any situation with confidence. So if you're ready to stop being played, let's get into it. Sign 1. She's always busy when you need her. One of the first red flags that she might be playing you is when she's always too busy to spend time with you, especially when you really need her. We all have busy lives, but in a committed relationship, both partners make time for each other. If she's constantly unavailable, even when you're going through tough situations or simply want to connect, it could be a sign that she's not as invested in you as she should be. You might notice that whenever you try to make plans or ask for her time, she gives vague excuses or promises to hang out, but then cancels last minute. If she's constantly too busy for you, this is a huge red flag. Relationships require effort from both sides, and it's important that both partners feel valued. If you're always the one initiating contact or making plans while she consistently makes excuses, you might be putting more into the relationship than she is. It's also worth paying attention to how often this happens. A rare busy day is understandable, but if it becomes a routine, it's time to ask yourself whether you're being taken for granted. Don't let yourself fall into the trap of chasing someone who isn't putting in equal effort. Sign 2. She talks about other guys too much. Another glaring sign that she might be playing you is when she constantly talks about other guys, whether it's mentioning them in passing or comparing them to you. If she brings up other men frequently, especially in the context of how they look, act, or treat her, this can be a sign that she's keeping her options open. Relationships are about mutual respect and loyalty, and if she's talking about other guys more than she talks about you, it's time to evaluate where you stand. This can make you feel like you're constantly in competition, and no one deserves to feel that way in a relationship. Pay attention to how she mentions these other men. Does she seem overly complimentary of them or even flirtatious? If you notice her diverting the conversation toward another guy, even in casual settings, it can suggest that she's not as emotionally invested in you as you might think. It might also indicate that she's not fully committed to your relationship and is seeking validation from others. If she seems more excited to talk about other men than to engage with you, that's a red flag. You deserve someone who prioritizes you, not someone who divides their attention and affection between multiple people. Don't be afraid to call it out and set clear boundaries. You deserve respect and exclusivity in a relationship. Sign 3. She's secretive about her life. If she's being secretive about parts of her life, that's another huge red flag. Transparency and trust are the foundations of any strong relationship, and if she's hiding things from you, it can create unnecessary distance between you two. If you're constantly feeling like there are parts of her life you're not privy to, whether it's her work, her friends, or even basic details about her day, that could be a sign that she's playing games. When you're in a relationship, it's natural to want to share your life with your partner. But if she's overly private or defensive when you ask questions, that could mean she's hiding something. Maybe she won't let you meet her friends or won't talk about where she's been when you weren't together. She could also be vague or evasive when you try to engage in meaningful conversations. This secrecy often points to a lack of trust or a desire to keep her options open. If you notice that she's always deflecting your questions or has a tendency to disappear without explanation, this can be a sign that she's not fully invested in being open with you. A healthy relationship involves both partners being transparent and honest. If she's not willing to share her life with you, it's time to consider whether this relationship is truly built on trust. Sign 4. She uses you for emotional support, but doesn't offer it back. One of the most one-sided signs that she might be playing you is when she only reaches out to you for emotional support, but never offers it in return. This is a sign of emotional manipulation and imbalance in the relationship. In a healthy relationship, Both partners should be there for each other during tough times, offering support, comfort, and understanding. However, if she's constantly leaning on you when she needs advice, encouragement, or a shoulder to cry on, but doesn't reciprocate when you need the same from her, it's a clear indication that she's not emotionally invested in the relationship. She might constantly call or text you when she's upset, but when you're going through something, she's nowhere to be found. Emotional support should be mutual, and if you're always the one giving but never receiving, it's a sign that you're being taken advantage of. No one should be expected to carry the emotional load of a relationship alone. If she's not offering the same support in return, you need to recognize the imbalance and set boundaries. You deserve someone who will be there for you as much as you're there for them. Sign 5. She makes you feel insecure. One of the most manipulative tactics someone can use is making you feel insecure about yourself. If she constantly criticizes your choices, questions your actions, or puts you down in subtle ways, it could be a sign that she's playing games with your self-esteem. A healthy relationship involves building each other up, but if she's constantly tearing you down, it's a huge warning sign. Maybe she critiques the way you dress, the way you handle certain situations, or even your appearance. This type of behavior isn't constructive. It's designed to make you feel less than. If you often find yourself second-guessing your decisions or feeling bad about yourself after spending time with her, it's time to take a step back. Constantly undermining your confidence is a form of emotional manipulation. No one should ever make you feel insecure or doubt your worth. You deserve to feel confident, respected, and appreciated in a relationship, not like you have to prove yourself over and over again. If she's making you feel small or insignificant, it's time to reevaluate the relationship and ask yourself if this is the kind of dynamic you want to continue. So there you have it, 5 signs that she might be playing you and how you can flip the script. Relationships should be based on trust, respect, and effort from both sides. If you're noticing these signs, it's crucial to recognize them and take action. Don't allow yourself to be in a relationship where you're being manipulated or undervalued. You deserve someone who will put in the same effort and emotional investment that you're giving. Trust your instincts, set boundaries, and know when it's time to walk away. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell for more content. You got this, and remember, your worth is non-negotiable. I'll see you in the next one.